Hello, everyone. Today, I'm delighted in welcoming back Anna Turula, who has been interviewed by me before some time ago. Anna, I understand you've changed your role and you've changed your institution. So please tell us where you are now and what your role is.
Thank you very much. Good to be here again. I moved from UCAN, or formerly Pedagogical University in Kraków, Poland, to Wrocław, Poland, and now I work for the School of English at the new university. I still do telecollaborations. I still involve virtual exchanges in my teaching, though. So this thing remains unchanged.
Excellent. You're still an enthusiast then. I'm glad to hear it. So Anna, today we're going to talk about some of the research that you've been doing and some of the observations and thoughts that you've had. Tell us a bit more about this research.
I talked very tentatively about the research during our previous talk, and I shared the initial impressions, which were mostly about CLIL being included in the virtual exchanges and its role in making the exchange critical virtual exchange. That you need to integrate different types of content so that your exchange becomes more critical. And this critical focus is the content you are concentrating on. And now that I delved deeper into the outcomes of the study, and the study was an interview study of 40 teachers incorporating virtual exchange in their own teaching, 20 of them university teachers and 20 school teachers working within the eTwinning program. Now I can see that there are certain tendencies, and my initial intuition that content integration helps making the exchange critical has been confirmed.
So you're talking about some differences between how secondary school teachers and university teachers do virtual exchange. What distinguishes them?
If I may, I would like to start that there are definitely more similarities than differences between the two modes. Of course, at the university level, there are a variety of modes like Cultura and UNICollaboration and CLIL and blended intensive program and transatlantic and Pacific exchange and global partners in education. Well, at school, at least in Poland, I noted that the teachers follow the eTwinning program mode. So there is a variety, but all the teachers almost unanimously, they believe that virtual exchange has transformative power, that it makes the students better human beings. Perhaps this is the critical element of the exchange. And it also makes teacher better teachers. They get out of the predetermined box and they become more creative, more inventive. So both teachers, the university teachers and the school teachers, mention virtual exchange and the role in developing the 21st century competences and in developing the digital citizenship and citizenship in general. But there is one, I mean, the variety on the university side probably results from the fact that university teachers are more offhand in what they do.
Very many, you mean?
Yes, free, partisan. They very rarely fit into some kind of system, whereas the school teachers, they do. And I think there are certain advantages of being part of the system because there are certain requirements you cover. And the fact that like the digital citizenship is more frequently included in the school exchange and not in the university exchange is because the system requires that. And the teachers get rewarded in different ways for doing that. There is a kind of competition, at least in Poland, for the best exchange. And there are certain tick-off elements and the teachers try to follow those elements. Whereas when you are freer, you probably follow your own intuitions more than certain recommendations. And then it made me think about the advantages of having a system. And well, I may be wrong, but I think UNICollaboration does not impose any kind of system on the teachers. Perhaps there are certain advantages of doing that, like putting a list of requirements and perhaps having a competition for the best exchange and then the teachers interested can cover certain requirements. But on the other hand, well, if you cover certain things only because you want to satisfy the system, perhaps the extrinsic motivation for carrying out exchange may be a little weaker or of a lesser kind than your intrinsic motivation and the belief that certain things should be included in an exchange. So this was my reflection based on the results, that the school teachers are more, they have more ideas, there is more digital citizenship, there is even more critical virtual exchange. There is action, social and civic action taken out of the classroom, and this is valuable. Perhaps this is where we could follow as university teachers. But at the same time, perhaps the motivation is also an important factor, and what kind of motivation is behind the choices.
You talked about systems and teachers having templates and everything. Can you expand a little bit more about what you mean by system and the templates and requirements and everything? Do you have any examples you can give?
Yeah, when I carried out the interviews, I asked about the composition of the teams, whether there are international teams working collaboratively, or whether there is only cooperation, like working separately in national teams and putting the results together at the end of the road. And from the school teachers, I frequently heard that they do that. Of course, it's collaborative and international and experiential, because this is what is required. This is the good practice of e-twinning, and they are aware of this good practice and they want to follow such requirements. Perhaps there was less of that at the university level. And perhaps another thing, and this is probably not, this is part of another system. When you work for school, you meet other teachers in the teacher's room, and it's easier to form an interdisciplinary team and to make the exchange cross-curricular. At the university level, you probably work for a department where people have similar interests, and it's much more difficult to make the exchange cross-curricular, because you don't reach out to other departments, or you do that rarely. So in this case, again, there is a section of virtual exchange at the university level, at least in Poland, and it happens at the university language centers, where teachers have students from different departments and then reaching out and examining various types of content, maybe more practicable than in a language department, say, or literature department.
So you speak very positively about what university teachers can take away from secondary school teachers in the area of virtual exchange. What's happened on a personal level? What have you, if anything, done to modify how you conduct your virtual exchanges at your university?
Not yet, but I'm definitely going to. I have done several exchanges with the digital citizenship element. So this civic education is very much a part of my exchanges. And as a result of my research, I thought about reaching out towards those dealing with civic education, perhaps sociology departments, psychology departments, I don't know, cultural studies. So following what I learned based on the exchange, I think that as a university teacher, I'm going to reach out to other departments to make my exchanges more cross-curricular, because I see the value of that, having examined e-twinning exchanges. And the tasks, they are a wonderful source of inspiration.
That's great. I wish you all the luck in your endeavours. Is there anything else that you observed that you'd like to share before I let you go today?
Well, I think that the learning you mentioned can go both ways, because again, what I noted based on the interviews is that while university teachers have a lot to learn from school teachers, especially those involved in the e-twinning program, the learning that goes the other way is possible too. And what we university teachers seem to be concentrated on or focused on slightly better than the school teachers is the intercultural communicative competence.
Right.
I think that we value that a lot, and the activities that we implement that are supposed to raise awareness and to build and strengthen intercultural communicative competence are much more diverse and much more interesting than those carried out at school. What I saw at school is mainly focusing on etiquette. On the
Right.
university level, we have a lot of reflective tools like portfolios and self-reflection journals. And perhaps this is what we can share with school teachers as regards the quality of virtual exchange.
Thank you, Anna, for letting us in on your observations in your research. Thank you so much, and good luck with your future virtual exchanges.
Thank you.